much about the Pred being right. I'm more interested in the cool impact, the storylines, you know. I'm like, wow, wasn't this crazy that like this Rise group team had a decisive victory against this Legend group team, and Diablo popped off, Kellen popped off, Raptor popped off? Wouldn't that be really cool? And then Chronicle will be like, no, I want my prediction to be right.
Well, it's too late for that, and for me, and for Wolf, and for G-Sun.
Well, that's good, because then he'll stop being upset about his prediction.
And also, looks like Cloud Templar, all going for 3-1 Nongshim. Just a bunch of sad.
3-1 Andes.
Yeah.
Yeah, classic.
Andes.
Classic. Okay, so we are getting into the draft, and Nongshim, I mean, this is the thing. They had side selection game 1. If they do get the reverse sweep, this is the last game with side selection, so pressure is on. I feel like they've, despite having side selection for the first 2 games, haven't done themselves any favors in draft. Once again, we're getting the PA coming out from BNK4X with the Pantheon Azir. They did go Pat both games, but now the Trundle is banned by Nongshim.
Denied. They denied the Pat.
Yep.
Nicholas very unhappy about this.
What else begins with T, quickly? Timo? Yone.
Tony.
Look, that's pay. That's pay. We like pay.
So
the
Nico's just free.
Slammed, so giving a good engaged support to Lehens, and especially because if you look, the fact that Rakan's gone, Alistair's gone, Rel's gone, a lot of those higher priority engaged supports are gone. Having the Nico in this situation feels really good. On the other side, Claire looking at the Aurora.
He wants revenge.
It could be flexed, it could be mid, could be top lane, but it does mean that if something like the Gwen was going to come out from Kingen, would be put under a lot of pressure. Obviously, Gwen did get nerfed on this patch, but a lot of it was the base armor. But still, we'll kind of have a rough time into the Aurora if we do see this go on top lane.
Yeah, can keep it open for now. Looking for a jungler or...
Okay, going for Prime 80 cows. I was thinking Vi's open and available, so maybe they go towards that, but opting not to and looking towards a Lucian. For the bot lane, if you want to get the Lucian Braum, obviously you need to take that Braum on 3, but there's no necessary need to do that, so can keep the options open potentially. And we often see Leona picked into Nico, because obviously when you Zenith Blade, you know, one of the things you often do with Nico is you use the clone to block, like engage supports like a Nautilus.
Yeah.
But you can't really do that against Zenith Blade. But obviously Lucian Braum has been the go-to when we've had Lucian. The Vi will be picked up by Nongshim, obviously out of the top higher prio junglers. She is there left open and available. Considering the options potentially for mid.
The kind of, yeah, it feels like Ahri Vi.
So a combo we've seen a little bit of. Ahri was struggling a decent amount, obviously very momentum-based and a lot of engaged threats on this composition. I feel like if you have been struggling in terms of like that game 2 comp didn't have clear answers, this is a very straightforward comp where you have the engaged threats, you have the dive potential. I do think Braum is pretty fantastic. You were already leaning towards it with a Lucian Braum, but Braum does a pretty good job of blocking. Like if you get in front of your AD carry, you can block Ahri charms, you can block the root from the Nico and have a lot of value there. BNK4X start banning away some of the range top laners, maybe that they wouldn't want to match the Aurora with the Jace being taken away.
Jace gone. Other top selections. Looking amongst them, Poppy, definitely pretty high prio in terms of picks over the course of this LCK. What else are we taking away from the top lane?
I feel like it's just so unfun to play into Aurora in general. But maybe just end up picking a tank into her and just kind of weathering the storm. Yeah.
Could also try to take away Kai'Sa to go along with this composition, but they're not going to. They're just going to take the Jax down.
I mean, Kai'Sa fits pretty well with what they have and the whole dive theme. Obviously, Kai'Sa and Nico very strong, so it feels like they'll probably lean towards that. I'm thinking what else they could play to pair. In theory, they could go Jhin, but Jhin feels pretty uncomfortable into Braum because obviously you can block your shots, block your fourth shot. Maokai ban comes through, so banning some of the tankier junglers. The pool's been pretty thinned in terms of jungle, so interested in what B&K FX want to play. And actually, they pick the... So, this is interesting. They pick the Gwen, they reveal the Aurora Flex, and I'm not a huge fan of this because you kind of give away this Aurora Flex, and you can see Kingan's very happy about this. Unless... No, it's not. Yeah. My question is, if you were going to go the Neferi, you could have just gone Neferi on 4, kept the Aurora Flex open, and then just taken Gwen on 5. And the thing is, you may think, well, maybe they didn't want Gwen to be picked away, but it's like you have Aurora. They're not going to pick Gwen into Aurora unless Kingan really wanted to lose lane super hard. So I think a bit of a fumble towards the end from B&K FX, giving away the Flex, giving a lane advantage to Kingan. I do think the Neferi was kind of telegraphed a little bit because it's what he played, it's what Raptor played the Neferi into last time into the Vi, because obviously you can have the untargetability. It's a lot of targets that the Vi struggles to kind of lock down. The Lucian is obviously the best target, but you have the Braum to play Disruption and stop the follow-up. Everyone else is a little bit difficult to chase. But I think Nongshim probably feeling better about this draft than any other draft they've had before in this series.
Yeah, it does feel like, you know, game 1 was pretty one-sided. Game 2 was, you know, certainly towards the side of B&K, but it was a bit more even. This one feels like maybe the most even we've had so far as the pride of Busan, B&K, FearX.
Honestly, I think they're feeling pretty good. And this is a matchup where Kingan can really take over. They got a strong mid-jungle combo. They have great engage. The bot duo is good. They just have to really be careful about like an early Raptor gank, putting this bot lane ahead of the Lucian Braum.
Yes, and we have seen that before. We'll see if we see it here on the Rift for Game 3.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
Well, here we go. Game number 3 of the upper bracket. And Nongshim on their last legs. Not enjoying themselves very much in this series so far, as the power of the Rise group is rising here. 2-0. And B&K very comfy, can play from the blue side twice if they need to. Although that hasn't done many favors for the side of Nongshim.
Yeah, and it was, so Gwen, the nerfs on this patch, lost 3 base armor, and the early slow on the ult, like before level 16, is lower. So I think that just means like the ability to find kills on mini-Gnar is lower, and also just you're just gonna get more harassed, generally in lane. Based on how Kingan's been playing so far, I fully expect to see Kingan really bullying Claire out in this lane matchup. So
yeah.
That's going to be a spot where they have an advantage. The bot lane as well. Kai'Sa typically a weaker laner, but this is why Kai'Sa Neeko is such a strong lane, because you add in the Neeko, and suddenly you have that ranged harass combination, which feels really good. Obviously, into Lucian Braum, if you do eat a lot of... If you eat a Winter's Bite into like the stun combo, you can take a lot of damage, and Lehens is eating a lot of poke already. So you need to be a little bit careful. But I do feel like this should be a good lane matchup for you and Lehens. We do have the names double overlaid a little bit on the left.
We'll see how that goes. The heal for a bit of harass, I suppose. Kellen does respond with his own, so that's just fine. Nice electrocute follow-up here from Vikla. Calyx yet to win a game here on the Ahri. Obviously, that was stats from Legend Group in not having a fun time on that one, but hopefully can show a better performance here.
Oh, look who it is.
Wait, the level 3 gank. Here we go once again. As we're looking for the stun, there it goes. Gio in a ton of trouble. There's just nowhere for him to go. It's a free kill for Raptor. As the guns come out here for Kellen and for Diablo.
And that's such a huge blow to the side of Nongshim. Jiwoo went barrier, didn't go cleanse, had no way to get out of the stun. Even if he had cleanse, I think he's just dead. Raptor and Diablo still having flashes. The setup was great, and they knew where the ward was. You saw how he didn't move out into the ward in the river until Callan had already committed. The setup was fantastic. And it's one of those things where the ward almost worked against them because it gives them the false sense of security. They clearly, to some extent, expected this gank to come.
Okay, well,
guys,
Game 2 was bad. I hope that Game 3 is not worse. That's all I want to say. I want to see some League of Legends.
like the thing with the gank is you can praise B&K VODs for setting up and for how they played around it. I don't know what happened there.
Oh, Gideon. Space checking straight into clear. He does have his flash, but he might be in some trouble here without it. He's not going to be forced to burn it. So at least there is that, but he's also not getting his blue buff.
Yeah, Nongshim just need to, just for 2 seconds, not lose the game. Oh, Clear could be in trouble.
He's got his flash, and B&K actually looking to fight this one, maybe. And at least get pushed out of the jungle of Nongshim.
Okay, well, this has been a pretty horrific start for Nongshim in this game. Well, and this series. The bot lane in a really bad spot, and right now there's a pickaxe on Diablo. So this was that first gank. So notice Raptor, they know where the ward is, it's been pinged. Doesn't move out until Kellen's already gone in. No cleanse on Jiwoo. W's in to secure the passive. Just really well played. And then here, there is no way. That is inexcusable.
Diablo. Oh no. And now we got another fight over the top lane. Diablo just gonna glide away. He's totally fine. And now we got the stun here on a Lahensin. Just one more auto. And guess who's back? Back again. It's Raptor. He's in the top lane. And he's here for the counter gank. It's 3-0, 1.2k gold lead for B&K.
I mean, bot lane's just over. It is just, oh, it looks like it might be getting worse. It might be getting worse.
Oh man, this is getting rough. This is actually getting rough.
Do you need permission to leave?
Kingen says, yeah, I'll see you later. Gio actually does get the kill.
Okay.
And now we got Lahens coming up, a little trade back. Raptor flashing in, trying to get the kill on a Jiwoo. But instead he gets the level up.
And just like that, we're back. We're so back. We've never been more back. Perfectly planned. You can see from minute 1, Nongshim knew this is how the game would go. And
Absolutely.
They were so ready for the triple kill on Jiwoo. Oh my god.
It was very over, and then we were so back so quickly.
Yeah, there's never been more back. So I think this is the point where when a team are 2-0 up in a series and they're ahead in game 3, they start to see the finish line. And they start to do a little bit of take their hands to the wheel, do a little bit of celebrating. And this was just a bridge too far. Jiwoo surviving to get all 3 kills here. And now Jiwoo is firmly back in the game. This is a pretty big resurgence in a game that seemed very doomed. So
yeah.
All things considered, this is... And the thing is, Raptor's super far behind in farm. He's still up in gold compared to Gideon because he has 3 kills. But he's so far behind in farm because he hasn't been farming. He's been killing this whole time.
Yeah. Culling comes down. Jiwoo not enjoying his time now. Gideon is here. He's level 6. He's got flash. There it is. Diablo in a lot of trouble. The root comes down, and there's no hope for Kellen to save him. Raptor's like, oh, I just wanted to join the fight again.
Raptor's 2 levels down. My god, this is...
What is this game?
So Raptor, he's got half the farm of Gideon. He spent all this time ganking, and then they just fumble that dive, and it all just goes in the bin because Gideon was just like, guys, I'm just gonna farm. When I'm level 6, I'll help. And you know what? He hit level 6, and it helped a lot. And now Jiwoo has an Naya. Okay, it is. You know what? Just resilience, right? It seemed. This is what Nongshim developed when they were in the Legend group. Because you might think that this series looked rough, right? Nongshim losing the first 2 games, being on the receiving end of a very rough early game. Nongshim lost a lot of games in the Legend group, right? They built up a resistance to losing games, an endurance. They've been through this for weeks. And they managed to bounce back here. Jiwoo surviving.
Oh boy.
And then Raptor was like behind the tower. Yeah.
He thought they were diving again. The last one went so well. He's like, oh, I just want to try again.
And he saw the level 6 buy and went, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're fighting again. This is not surprising. Oh, that one's going to leash. That's a little bit unfortunate. And now Gideon's a little bit tentative, actually. He's like, oh, I'm not so sure. Backs off a little bit. Now Raptor, he gets Spirit Rushed on. Calyx doesn't have a whole lot of mana.
Alex can just ult over the wall and kill him.
But yeah, he should have enough to get the kill, and that's just going to be the kill on a Raptor who desperately wanted to fight for the grubs. As you do. Take it away, Ox.
Yes. Well, as you see, B&K FairX have found themselves in a bit of a disadvantage. As we see Gideon punching the wall a little bit there. You know, I think B&K FairX just, they didn't plan for this point. They were like, look guys, we win the early game, we do the ganks, we win the game, it's that easy. And they didn't expect for things to backfire.
Diablo,
oh my God.
He has to flash. He has to flash.
Wow. Gideon is like there. He has ult.
Yeah. Kellen, at the very least, will die.
Yeah.
If not, Diablo as well. So, just waiting for Gideon, and he'll eventually press his R button.
Does he even need to?
Just waiting for the wall to go down, and yeah, he doesn't need to. And they even get the kill over to Jiu. Could not be better. Vikla is going to drop his ult here, tries to burst down Jiwoo. Instead, he's going to get knocked up and killed. Double kill now for Jiwoo, has 5 kills. So now we got an ult down in bottom side. Looks like King and will be the trade.
Okay. B&K FairX, they're doing something at least, but
So back.
I love how Kingen has been like the strong point of Nongshim for this series. And he's 0-2-1 in this game, and everyone else is like giga fed now. Wow, this is, yeah, Nongshim really coming alive in this one. They are, I mean, credit to them. This is the biggest lead we've had in this series so far, and you wouldn't have believed it with how this game has started.
Yeah. Game 1 was like 3.2K, so yeah, we have crested above that.
Maybe you can be a little bit too aggressive at times. Maybe that's the lesson we're learning here. I don't think it's a lesson that B&K FairX will learn, because I think what we've learned about B&K FairX is that you should always be aggressive. But yeah, this was pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Wait for him to bin his cooldowns, do a bit of punching. And then Vikla comes in. Honestly, I'm not sure if Jiwoo really needed to burn all his cooldowns, because I think the barrier would have been enough. You got hit by everything anyway. He just didn't have the damage to kill you.
Yeah.
Kingen, you're just dead. Thanks for trying.
No Fury.
Well,
That's all I have to say about that.
yeah, this is...
Fury.
It's an interesting one. I mean, we did say Nongshim, obviously, a lot of tools in the composition, but now that they're in a significant lead, Jiwoo's so strong. He's approaching 2 items.
So, B&K are down 3,500 gold, and they're just taking the dragon away.
Yeah.
Feels like Nongshim could have fought for this if they wanted to.
I mean, they didn't have Vial, didn't have Lahenzel. They weren't set up in the area. Maybe showing a bit of restraint.
Wow. Imagine that.
Yeah, I guess because in this series, B&K FairX have been the ones ahead. We're not used to the restraint.
Yeah.
As they are very much a push the limit sort of team. But Nongshim playing a bit more reserved. Clear fishing for something on the angle here.
Well, he is actually going to have a little bit of help from his friends there. Gideon goes over the wall, has to flash away. Stun comes in. The Braum engaged, and Clear is right there, looking for the kill. And the shutdown down goes to Diablo here. We got the knock-up, and now the fight may be going the way of Nongshim, but Diablo nowhere for him to go. He's kind of frontlining. Kingen is dead, as Vikla just dies off to the side somewhere by himself to Calyx. But B&K somehow winning fights. Not exactly winning, but keeping them close. Raptor gonna go over the wall. A close fight at the end of the day.
I honestly wonder how many games at the pro level have been thrown in this general area of like the red side jungle, particularly like top side of the map. I feel like so many games, specifically here, right here, have been thrown here. Because Gideon, you did not need to do this. You absolutely did not need to do this. Q's in, flashes out, gets put low. He's like, you know what? I'll ult Diablo. It's very funny that he gets knocked up by the dead Vi. But yeah, just, again, this comp is very much around momentum. Jiwoo doesn't really get a chance to do much. Calyx does get a reset, but only 1. And B&K FairX showing they're still in this one. And Nongshim, for a team we were praising for their restraint, that was not a very restrained Q over the wall from Gideon. So maybe take a breath, chill out a little bit.
곧 소멸.
They have strong engage tools. Maybe utilize them together, particularly on a Diablo.
Yeah. It's definitely a lot in this game of both teams saying, we're very far ahead, we can kind of do whatever we want. At that time, it was Nongshim's turn.
Yes.
So maybe they learn a little bit from it. B&K didn't learn from it. As we know, the culling actually is gigantic here on a 2. There's nowhere for him to go. He doesn't even flash. He just accepts his fate. He says, I'm dead.
Let's move on.
He's not paying attention. I don't know.
Let's move on. There's a fight happening.
Right.
Let's move on to this.
Let's move on. Okay, Lehens, he doesn't have flash. He's not able to save that for next time. And he's going to go down. B&K are winning from so far behind that now it's kind of an even game.
It was a huge shutdown Diablo got from that kill.
Yeah. Claire says, well, I've got friends. And B&K, they always stick together. Through thick and thin.
They're always down a fight,
Through
right?
int and win, they're always together.
They always have each other's backs. Right? That is something we've seen. They're family.
Yeah.
They're committed no matter what. Oh.
Oh.
He got it! He got the big one! Oh. You know, it's things like that. They don't mean much, but it's a tilter.
파이터 여기 있다. 야, 근데 싸울게.
I'll fight.
You know, it's...
뭐야 이거 어떻게 된 일이야?
How did that happen? It's what Lehen said.
Yeah, that's...
Maybe that's after he dies here.
No, I don't think it was.
I mean, he took his hands off the keyboard, so...
Yeah, I kind of feel similarly to how Lahan's felt. How did that happen? Very fair Jiwoo, giving over a big shutdown to Diablo. Had a huge lead, now only 700 gold up. They are looking to put down the Herald in the mid lane.
All right. We're going to get the mid-outer. You know, Nongshim are still very much in the lead. They do have 2,000 gold ahead.
Yeah, but
It's
there
been
is...
a shaky lead.
See, here's the thing. You're talking about the lead in terms of gold.
Not
there
in
is-
terms of tempo vibes.
Yes, there's more at play.
Oh, no.
There's more at play.
I just didn't peek behind the curtain.
If there was
No.
ever a play where you saw all the tempo vibes get sapped, it was that solo kill
Which one?
from Diablo.
Solo kill?
The one where Diablo killed Jiwoo.
What about the play in the jungle? What about when Lehen's died?
That was a support dying. That happens all the time. Look at this. They have 7 deaths between them.
True.
That happens all the... That's not a big deal. But you're fed...
Engage cone?
You're fed Kai'Sa getting 1v1 by the enemy to carry.
All together? 4v1?
Oh, Calyx.
He's gonna try TP. He's gonna try TP. There's nowhere for him to go, though. It's not... You can't do that against a Braum.
It was a decent... What else can you do? I think it was a decent attempt, but...
Just accept your fate, I guess.
Yeah.
In hindsight, sure, but... Maybe he thought he could get away. That's TP now down for Calyx. And it's another Drake going into the pockets of B&K. The tempo vibes are... It's like 100 to 0 right now.
Whoa. 93 to 7.
Oh, okay, sorry. I had a misread. I mean, you say that, but at the same time, gonna hit him in mid-stride. Gideon is just dead. Nowhere for him to go. You see that Clear is moving on to the next target with the rest of his friends. Lehens is in a bit of trouble. He is just barely gonna get away. It is at least another Chemtech soul.
You know, I
there's that.
have long been a critic of the engaged Braum. Kellen's kind of selling me on it. Like, that was kind of crazy. This is the play where Calyx tried to TP. And, you know, I think it was just a good read from Kellen, going for the redemption for the vision as well. But here, look, he flashes in, gets the Q on a Gideon. He's leading the charge. So, Kellen making the big plays. Credit to him. But yeah, I think things are not looking too hot for Nongshim right now. Despite, again, they still have the gold lead. They are still ahead in gold. It
Still
feels like
technically winning.
the flow of the game is not in their favor. We have a word for that here.
Yes.
Do you want to say it?
Tempo vibes.
There you go.
I did it. I said the word.
You happy about it?
Yeah. I get an award, right?
Yes.
I said the thing.
Yeah. And Diablo, he's like a full level up on Jiwoo now. And actually up in terms, I mean, I assume like we don't know how much gold's in inventory, but he's got like Essence Reaver, Navori, BF Sword. He's feeling great. 300 gold is the only difference between these 80 carries. It was like 2,000 at one point nearly.
Definitely was. Well, we got an Afiri in a interesting spot. Did a ton of damage to Gideon, actually. It's now Calyx. He's going to have to Spirit Rush away. Kellen here saving Jiu, trying to step up to Diablo. I don't think that's going to work. Remember what happened last time?
Remember?
Please keep that in mind.
How can I forget?
Well, we remember.
Yeah, we remember. Lehens remembers.
Lehens does remember, yes.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Nongshim still have a lot of engage tools in the composition. The problem is, Diablo still has both sums, and again, a lot of that composition relies on that momentum in the fights, getting the RE resets, getting the big engage. If Diablo has sums, he's a lot harder to deal with. And it feels like it's been a while since Nongshim have really found like a convincing engage with their composition. When is the last time we saw Jiu ulting in on the back like a Vi ult and then like picking off a target? And I will say a lot of the targets on BNK4X are harder to pick. It has to really be this Lucian.
Yeah.
He's the one you're looking for. I mean, Vikla's not bad, but he's a little bit tricky to catch initially. But it looks like BNK4X will just lean into this mid tower and be able to pick it up. So good pick up from them.
Yeah, and top tower low as well. TP's coming in, the whole team rotating.
They lean over and get this. Really makes it a lot easier for them to lean towards the Arakan, which is on the top side. Looks like Kingham will do a decent job with the Mega Gnar defending for now, though.
It's the Nongshim coaches, you got to be really scratching your heads at what has happened. Look at Clear, he is behind enemy lines, by the way, on the left.
Yeah, Arakan has spawned. And they're just kind of ready to fight. That is what you can definitely say. Bot lane, irrelevant.
Well, they got to find each other. Clear says hello. Gideon rudely ignores him.
Like, BNK4X committed their TPs into this. They want to play for this objective. They don't really care about the waves that are just colliding with each other. I feel like Nongshim could send Calyx bot lane. And... whoa.
Okay, he's just ulting in. He knows he's got his team behind him. Look at the damage into Gideon already. He's just kind of out of the fight. He can't engage like that. Lehens is dead. And now Clear, maybe he went a little bit too far forward, but he's got the Braum there. Kellen, Jiu ults in. He still can't get the kill. Finally does at the very end, but he's just kind of playing with his food at this time. He's not getting a lot of damage done. Raptor goes in, goes out. Vikla's here. And Jiu is just alone. He doesn't have any sums. He's going to go down. And BNK, it doesn't matter what the gold says. It doesn't matter about the numbers. They're playing as a team.
Only matters what the tempo vibes say, and there was a definitely in BNK4X's favor.
Could
No?
do the Otacon, maybe?
No, they want kills, Brendan. You see?
Yes.
The spawns are coming up pretty quick, actually. Oh. Goes up in the air.
Yeah, I don't think Calyx is getting out of this one. Especially with the Braum there. It's just not going to happen. It's just another kill into the pocket to Diablo, who's definitely got enough gold for that Infinity Edge now.
Such a late kill. They don't risk going for the Arakan, because obviously they're a little low and spawns are starting to come in. But this is just BNK4X in a nutshell. If you ever want a clip that personifies them more, they see the fight opportunity, they just go for it. Like, Nongshim are grouped up. BNK4X don't care. They're just grouped up more in their minds. So they go for it. So they don't give a chance for Lehens to ult. Kellen steps in here, and you have to imagine Jiu is maybe regretting the fact that he doesn't have cleanse here. Because despite Raptor being low, he jumps in. This stun feels like it lasts a lifetime.
Yeah.
And then Vikla moves up. The Braum once again gets the shield up in his face. And the Kai'Sa just not really able to... This Kai'Sa that was so fed earlier in the game, not able to do much. Dragon picked up by BNK4X, that's the third. They don't risk the Arakan. Still have an opportunity to take it later.
Feats of Strength?
That was very late.
I think it just happened, yeah. And that also into BNK. Still behind on gold, but it's getting old for me to say that because it doesn't matter. Like, that has not been a factor in this game at all.
Yeah, and that's 3 items for Diablo now. With that Infinity Edge coming through, he is so strong.
Gage coning here onto Mega Gnar. Meanwhile, Nongshim just going to start up the objective.
Yeah, Raptor's so far away from this, and they don't really have vision in the area. BNK4X are taking a safe route as they're kind of scared of face checking. They do have vision of it now. The Redemption going to give them some more. I think it's just gone, though.
Yeah. A little bit too late. BNK, it's not going to stop them from trying to get a fight going, though. You see that they're running in the general direction of Nongshim, but they're not going to get one.
So a pretty big misplay, I feel like, from BNK4X. Raptor heavily leaning towards the bot side. kind of for no reason with the Arakan being up, and then a big slip up in terms of control, in terms of vision there, gives Nongshim a window back in. And as we said before, I mean, gold's pretty even now, but they have the Arakan in pocket with a decent amount of pedals, some extra XP, some extra stats. The game feels very even right now. Third item coming in for Jiwoo, and at this point it comes down to execution in these fights, and that's really where B&K FearX have had the edge pretty consistently, but it's still very winnable for Nongshim. It's just they need to find the form, not even the form they had in the Legend Group, the form that we saw from them earlier in the year. Remember, this is in the LCK Cup, Nongshim took Genji to 5 games. And you really just wonder where that team is now, because if they played like that, certainly they could win the game for this position.
Yeah, I mean, a lot has happened since then. You remember Jiwoo and Lehens got sent down to Challengers. They had to spend some time down there. Actually, it was Jiwoo and then Lehens followed him, so I guess I should technically clarify that. But, you know, like, there's a reason why that's happening. The team and the players have not exactly been playing the same, and the coaches have been frustrated and have made decisions that have echoed those sentiments. So, has been rough. They've spent a lot of time as Lehens.
I like how he fakes it, like
fake attacks. Yeah. Oh, I got aggroed. Yeah. I mean, there's pings on him already.
Yeah, they can count the minions.
That too. Yeah, that helps.
Yeah. How many minions in a wave? How many melee minions? There's an extra one there.
So Arakan did get taken by Nongshim, but as you mentioned before, it's a really even game. I do hope that Nongshim kind of like settle down and they say, really the only way they win fights is as a team, they're the ones being proactive, they get Meganar and they get the Kai'Sa in the backline on the right target.
Just engage, like
otherwise you don't win.
Their comp isn't that complex. They have a Nico, they have a Vi, they have Ari and Kai'Sa. Just engage on someone, and it's pretty straightforward, but I can't remember, when is the last time this game we saw them do like a really solid engage with this comp?
They haven't.
Yeah, and it's just like, even that point when they were playing aggressively, and then B&K FearX challenged them, and they started running backwards, and Lehens died without ulting. And I feel like if you flip the comps, B&K FearX would have engaged like 17 times by now. And sure, some of them would have gone horribly.
It might have gone wrong.
It would have gone wrong, but like, I just feel like Nongshim, you know, this timidness is not doing them any favors.
Yeah.
You know, you just need to go in with confidence. And even if the target isn't the best target, this
They're
might
going
be
in.
it.
They're going in with confidence. Maybe not. Now the engage comes in from the side of B&K. Now they're going to use that ult on the Lucian, but it's too late. It's too little. It's not going to help. Diablo dashing in. Jiwoo nearly going to take his head off, but Clear and Vikla are right there to try to take him down. Some really nice sidestepping from the side of Jiwoo is going to keep this fight alive for Nongshim. As now they're pushing mid.
And there you go. Was it clean? No. Was it flawless? No, but it worked. It got them the fight win, and you burn flash from every single member of B&K FearX. So next time, it's going to be a little bit easier. Finally, Nongshim pulled the trigger, and even though, again, it wasn't flawless, they find a form of engage. They see Raptor, not the easiest target. He has flash, he has his target ability, but they start the fight. Lehens doesn't manage to connect with him, but then B&K FearX, they commit to the fight. Gideon gets the ult on Diablo, and Jiwoo plays this one pretty well. He waits out the exhaust, waits out some of the tools from them, ults in, flashes over the wall, kills Kellen. When Clear comes from, he repositions with a supercharge, manages to take out another target, and Kingen just cleans up on the side. You'll be able to see it from his point of view. There's a great flash here.
Yeah.
And the supercharge, they thought he'd gone up towards his Nico there.
Yeah. I mean, clearly, we know Jiwoo is a very good player. It's a form issue, and I'm glad we got to see a little glimpse of it here in that one-team fight.
And now, no flashes on B&K FearX. It's only Kingen who has his flash. So this should be a little bit easier finding those targets. If you ult Diablo as a Vi, he's going to be kind of stuck other than that relentless pursuit, so...
The timing of this Meganar is very unfortunate. Kingen also getting isolated. He's got the flash, but he might be forced to use it. He's just going to hop away, and now Gideon isolated here. Taking a bit of damage. Lehens going to go for the engage now, and there's no flash on Diablo. They find the one guy that they needed. And now B&K, they got to run away. They've been engaging all game, but you're not going to engage from here, as the Drake will go over to Nongshim.
There you go, Nongshim finding the confidence, punishing B&K FearX using the composition, catching Diablo out without the flash. Now, he was trying to punish Kingen. But Kingen, he still had his summoner. He was able to disengage. And I'm not sure it's enough for them to start up the Baron, but they can maybe threaten it, see if they can get another pick off the back of it. At least choke off the vision.
Yeah, they're definitely considering it. And there we go. Gonna start it up.
Diablo is up, though, soon, but he's not going to be there in time, actually. He's going so quick with that Kai'Sa damage.
It's really just going to come down to, do they get the steal? The Blast Cone actually affecting Kingen negatively. We can get a Nefiri in the pit here. Now Gideon is so incredibly low. It's going to come down to it. Yes, it goes to Raptor. Raptor smites the objective. And the fight afterwards is looking pretty decent here for B&K. Vikla hopping in, zoning away the rest of the team. And Kingen is isolated. That's so much gold into the pockets of B&K. And the lead is given over to them.
It's a step too far from Nongshim there. They go for the play, but they can't stop Raptor from getting into the pit. The Blast Cone, the Mega Cone bites them in the butt there. This was a good play from Nongshim. You know, they go for Kingen, but he has just enough Mega Gnar to slam them in the wall. He goes in the mini so he can run away on the back end. And then here, the Hens finds a great angle on the Diablo who doesn't have that flash available. And the rest of the team move in to back up. And even though they're low, so is Kellen. They're able to scare the Dragon. But here, the health bars are low. The Mega Cone knocked Kingen away. He was supposed to play Bouncer to block Raptor. Gideon gets low, and he kind of feels forced to smite early as a result before he was going to die. And then, unfortunately, just results in a steal coming through.
And it's a big one. As the Nongshim fans, they can't look. They say, why?
Yeah.
Why is this happening?
And now B&K FearX for a gold lead for the first time in this game, I think. At least a significant one. Okay.
I can't tell if Raptor's baiting or not. The Gio's going to come in, and Raptor is going to go down. There's tons of damage, though, coming out from Diablo, and they will trade junglers. TP now from Kingen. The Mega Gnar's not ready, and he is zoned away. Vikla going to use his ult, zone the rest of the team here, and it's a bit of a standoff in the mid lane.
Yeah, I think maybe a bit too many tools used on Raptor there. Like, they burnt the Nico ult and the Vi ult. I think he probably would have just died with one of those, to be honest, as soon as Jiwoo starts hitting him. And as soon as those are gone, Diablo feels so comfortable to step up. And we're talking about all the summoners being down on the back of that previous fight. Now all those flashes are back up and available for B&K FearX.
Yeah. Trying to sync the waves, it looks like, but they only have 45 seconds on the Baron.
Yeah, so here, I think, so after using target ability, I think one of the ults with Kai'Sa's damage. It's hard to say because Kellen then gets his shield up. Maybe they were just like, we have to kill him quickly. But I feel like the problem is, once they're both down, it means Diablo's just got free reign. Yeah, hard call to make the moment. At the end of the day, it's a 1-for-1. But it is Gideon who loses his flash, and Raptor keeps his.
Yeah, can definitely see some more of that kind of crazy Nefiri that Raptor. It's really the one guy who's picking this relatively early on in Fearless Drafts in the jungle. He says, okay, you know, a lot of stuff is taken away, a lot of bans on the jungle. Just give me Nefiri. And he's crazy with it. He will just jump into 5 people, especially if he has flash. He's got Death Stance now, he has 3 items. He's really strong. And the buy just doesn't quite hit the same. Like, yes, the ult is still valuable, but
you just don't have good targets.
Yeah. Okay, gonna get in front of that. Now Calyx has to spear rush away. Engage comes in from Lehens. It's a good one. Diablo in a lot of trouble. Everything is used onto that back line, and they do access it as Diablo go the Braum. At the same time, Kingen winning the fight on the top side here. Vikla isolated, and it's a full ace clean for Nongshim.
There's the engage we're looking for. Lehens finds a beautiful ult onto Diablo, onto B&K FearX. A 5-0, and Nongshim will get their first game of the series.
And it ends just like that. It's a game that was so close that B&K, it looked like they had so many angles back in, and yet Nongshim, they just pulled the trigger at the exact right time, and a clean ace and pro at this point in the game is going to end it. There's nothing they can do. There's no time on the death timers. And Nongsim are not out of it just yet. They will get at least one game, their first of the series, to make it 1-2.
This was a stressful game for Nongshim. You know, a lot of mistakes were made by BNK Fear-X. A lot of mistakes. You know, that dive that gave the triple kill over to Jiwoo. And there's a lot of moments where I think the coaches will have some strong words, considering how close they were just to closing this series out. But for Nongshim, it's a breath of hope, right? They're still in this series, they still have an opportunity, but at the end of the day, this game was hard fought considering how much of a lead they had at times, how much of a lead they had at 10 minutes, and they really need to lock in if they're going to be able to bring off a reverse sweep, because they need 2 more wins in this series. And I mean, you look at the gold graph, this was not clean sailing. This was not smooth sailing, this was tumultuous. This was...
Sailing.
Yeah, through rocky storms.
Yeah, it was all over the place. We had leads, and then they were thrown back, and then they were mitigated, and trying to ask for 5. See if we get to 5. Might have 4. We will have 4.
We will have at least 4.
Will have 4.
I can guarantee we'll have at least 4.
Thank you, Ox. You figured that one out.
That's an Ox
You got my back.
guarantee. I'm
Thank
there,
you.
yeah.
Thank you, yes. All right, well, game number 4 will happen after the break.
아니야 계속 할 것 같아. 나 이번에 살짝 볼 생각할게 성훈아. 성훈이 형 살짝 와줄 수 있어? 야 오랍 좀 많이 갈았어. 베인이랑 끝나. 오케이. 야 루션. 나 필요 볼게. 앞에 봐줘. 야 이렇게 나 볼게 그냥. 야 미드. 미드가.